Welcome to New Stripe City, a YouTube channel for die-hard Bengals fans. I'm your host, Ace Boogie. A big shout out to my subscribers, and if you're new here and you consider yourself a die-hard Bengals fan, be sure to bang that subscribe button. I'm also doing the 3,000 subs Madden 19 giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe, comment, and share this post to be entered. And also be sure to tag our Twitter or our Instagram at New Stripe City when you share this post. As you guys know, I've launched the NSC merch with the all day everyday t-shirts. They're $29.99 and the link is in the description.
After the win against the Cowboys, the Bengals sent shockwaves through the NFL when they released George Iloka. This move just didn't seem to make sense, but we'll try to make sense of the move and figure out what the motivation was behind the Bengals doing this. So the first reason that was given by the Bengals is that this was a purely financial decision. And the first thing that you're probably asking yourself, like I did, is why, if it was a financial decision, did the Bengals cut George Iloka and not Sean Williams, or why wasn't it Michael Johnson? Well, the Bengals actually saved $5.3 million by cutting Iloka, and they would have only saved $2.5 million by cutting Sean Williams, and only $4.2 million if they would have cut Michael Johnson. So this move leaves the Bengals with about $20 million in cap space instead of $17 or $19 million had they cut Sean Williams or Michael Johnson. That also ties into our second reason, and the second reason is that the Bengals are looking to clear up cap space in order to extend Geno Atkins and Carlos Dunlap. So Geno Atkins alone, just doing the research, he could command upwards to $17 million per year average salary. So he's currently at $9 million for this year, but if the Bengals wanted to extend him and put some of that money towards this year, they could add up to $8 million onto that for his first year of the contract, which would combine his new contract with his old one. Dunlap could do the same thing. He could command up to $14 million a year if extended, and so he has $7 million in salary this year, and they could add on another $7 million to get him started. And both of those moves, if they were done, would leave the Bengals with little over $4 million in cap space, so a lot more breathing room rather than if they would have cut Sean Williams and or Michael Johnson. So makes sense. I think the third and final reason was turnovers. And if you remember last season, Paul Guenther told Iloka that he would have to improve with his ball skill abilities. They made it a big emphasis last year, and he didn't really deliver on it. And after the Bengals let Reggie Nelson walk a couple years ago, they lost their turnover presence in the secondary, which that was kind of put on George to become that person. And they thought initially that Sean Williams would be the answer, but he struggled when he played at the free safety position, and that forced George to move from strong safety to the free safety position. And although Iloka was the better safety between the two, he didn't generate enough interceptions. And you fast forward to this year, the Bengals hired Terrell Austin, who came in emphasizing turnovers. It wasn't really an emphasis when Paul Guenther was there. It was expected but not emphasized. But when Austin came in, it was emphasized. And the Bengals immediately came out and said that they were not satisfied with the safety position. They even hosted visits with free agents Eric Reed and Kurt Coleman, who apparently the Bengals really tried to get Coleman. They really tried to get him down, but he ended up signing with another team. And, this kind of was our first warning sign here. And while most viewed Iloka as the better safety, one thing that Sean Williams did do better and might have been viewed doing better was that he had the better ball skills out of the two. The same with Jesse Bates. When the Bengals went in and selected Bates in the second round, he was a ball hawk safety, totally opposite. Most assumed that what would happen is that even though the Bengals drafted Jesse Bates, they would move George back to the strong safety position and cut Sean Williams. But given the financial incentive, it makes sense why they went and made the decision that they did. And on another side note, some have claimed that it could have been some of George Iloka's tweets and things of that nature, but that claim has been shot down by several sources close to the Bengals front office. A lot of people apparently who were in the media possibly knew that George could be the guy if they had to choose between him or Sean Williams for some reason. But players and coaches also chimed in and were kind of shocked about George's release. And I truly hope and wish nothing but the best for George. George, if you're listening, you were one of my favorite safeties outside of Reggie Nelson, and you were definitely an upgrade over Chris Crocker. So I know wherever you go, teams are going to get a great player and a great person. And I hope that they play you at your natural position, which is strong safety. But I just want to say again, thank you. And on a light note, now you don't have to worry about arguing about Skyline Chili with anybody anymore. But that's all I have for today, guys. It seems like we lost a big family in the jungle. But as usual, I'll leave you guys with a who day all day, every day, and especially on Sunday.